Hi guys, I'm Amrut Deshmukh, your booklet guy. What if I tell you that in next 5 minutes you are going to have a photographic memory? Yeah, like Swami Vivekanand, we heard that if he reads one page, he remembers it forever. So let me tell you that there is nothing called strong memory and poor memory. Okay, Swami Vivekanand knew the techniques how to memorize things, and this wonderful technique I learned from this book. The name of the book is Use Your Head by Tony Buzan. He's one of my mentors and he has written many books apart from this. I have read almost 4 books written by Tony Buzan and he has written 12 books in total. He is considered as the father of mind mapping. He has developed techniques for memorizing and he has also developed techniques of speed reading, which I have cultivated. And that has helped me to increase my reading speed from 300 words per minute to 1200 words per minute. But today we are going to talk about how to improve our memory. So the first rule of memory is imagination. We always remember things which we see and not which we read. Okay, so we always remember in pictures and hence we tend to forget our answers during examinations. So if we are able to convert those answers or text into pictures, okay, I think we win 50% of the battle, and that's the key to memory. Okay, so there are key rules how to convert this textual form into images or stories or imagination. First, the imagination should be weird, exaggerated, out of the world, non-routine. Okay, why? Because we tend to remember extraordinary non-routine things more than routine things. Okay, if I ask you, do you remember what you had in your lunch 3 days ago? No. Why? Because it's routine, right? It happens every day. But what if I ask you, which was the most thrilling accident that you met in your life? You will remember. You will describe me, every scene, वो bicycle से जा रहा था, गाड़ी आया, टकराया. So see the importance of exaggeration or unusual things we tend to remember more, and that's what we are going to do while memorizing these textual things. Second is association. Okay, if you want to memorize 2 points or 2 words, you have to find some association between the two, because we remember things in stories. Okay, if you had memorized 10 points in your 10th standard about the features of Indian economy, okay, there were 10 features. I'm sure you are not able to recollect it because point number 1 you had remembered it few years ago, and point number 2 there was no association between point number 1 and point number 2. But what if I ask you, what was the story of Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, which you have watched almost 10-15 years ago? Do you remember? Yes. Immediately you will tell me, yeah, Kajol or Shah Rukh UK mein mile and then they fell in love and Kajol came back in India and Shah Rukh came back in search of Kajol. See, even I did not even bother to revise the story. And so revision, we say that revision is important for memorizing, but there is a better way of memorizing, that is stories. So let us take some random numbers. Okay, I would request you to take a piece of paper and pen. Let us write down those random words, and then I'll tell you the technique of memorizing all those 10-15 words in next 5 minutes, and I promise that you will be able to recollect all those 10 words even after 1 month without revision, and you don't have to take any efforts. You just have to follow my instructions. So let's start taking any random words. Let's start with book. The first word is book. If you have a pen and paper, please write it down. Let's say bottle. First is book, then bottle, let's say a car, okay, then river, teacher, tiger, okay, fan, train, Facebook, okay, pencil. Okay, I think these are the enough words. So I promise you that we will be able to recollect all these words even after 1 month and in the same order. There won't be any confusion about the order as well. Okay, now I am going to apply the rules which we discussed. The first word was, I think, book. Okay, now the first word has to be associated with me. Okay, and as I said, you have to exaggerate the things. Now, holding a book in hand is something very normal which happens every day in our life. You are not supposed to do that. What I'll do, maybe I am keeping the book this way. Now, if I visualize this scene, there is a better probability that you will remember it. And because I have done it in front of you, you will be remembering it forever. Okay, so let's imagine that I am holding this book on my head. Okay, now the next word was bottle, right? Now the routine thing that comes to our mind is I am holding a bottle in my hand with a book on my head. But again, this is very natural thing that can happen in our routine life. But so let me exaggerate it. Let me make it larger than life. So imagine, you can close your eyes and imagine I am crumbling the book. Okay, I imagine, because I can't do it physically. So I'm crumbling the book and putting it forcingly inside the bottle. Now this is practically not possible because the book is quite thick, but make it possible in your imagination. Anything is possible in our imagination. So try to paint the picture. I am crumbling a book and trying to forcibly put it inside the bottle. Now next, now I take the bottle, and the next word is, I think, car. Now the normal picture is putting the bottle inside the car. No, that happens normally, right? So instead, I am putting this bottle, which has a book inside it, on the top of the roof of the car, and the car starts without a driver. See, what I am trying to say do is I am trying to make it larger than life story, which is practically not possible in normal world. So as you picturize the bottle with a book inside it on the roof of the top of the car, and the car starts without a driver. And the next word was, I guess, river. So the car is passing over the river with the bridge. Okay, so the next word comes river. So if you are noting that I am associating the next word with the previous word, and the scene is dynamic. The scenes are changing. Everything is not happening on the same place. Yeah, I sat in the car. I kept the bottle on the roof of the roof of the car. The car started without a driver, and now it is crossing the river on the bridge. Then I guess the word was teacher. Okay. Now there was my teacher. Imagine your favorite teacher, or a teacher which you hated the most in your school days. So she is standing on the bridge of the river, and the bottle with the book inside it falls into the river. And the teacher is screaming, "Oh my God!" Okay, exaggerate the scene. And she is so mad about that bottle that she jumps into the river to save that bottle. So next word comes teacher. Before that it was river, teacher, and she jumps into the river. Then I think the word was tiger. Yeah. Now again, something unusual. There was a live tiger at the bed of the river, at the bottom of the river. And instead of fighting, the teacher and the tiger, they become friends. Because the normal scene would have been tiger attacking a human being, but I change it to something unusual, and the tiger and the teacher become friends, and they both want to save their life because they are under the water. So what to do? So as a God's act, an helicopter, upside down helicopter, because the fan, the next word is fan, right? So I turned it into helicopter. Helicopter will help me to remind the word fan and make sure that helicopter is not the word in the list. The fan is the word. So the helicopter comes upside down so that the fan immerses inside the river, and both tiger and the teacher hold the edges of the fan, and they are rescued safely outside the river. Alright, I hope you are enjoying this nonsense story, and the more the nonsense, the more the illogical things, better for our memory, because our memory hates to remember routine things. Okay. Okay. Next word was, I guess, train. Okay. So while try to imagine teacher and the tiger, rotating along with the fan of the helicopter, which is upside down, and the helicopter falls or collapses on a moving train, on a luggage train which was open, and they fall on the train. Next word comes train. and the train is about to pass a tunnel. Okay, I think the next word was Facebook, right? So the tunnel is blocked with a huge icon of Facebook. Okay, so when I remember about Facebook, the first thing that comes to my mind is the F, the blue color F icon, which is blocking the tunnel, and we are about to bang. The train is about to bang against that icon. Okay, something very weird and unusual. And what was the last word? Pencil. Okay, so we want to associate that Facebook logo with pencil. So in order to save, the tiger and the teacher tried to pierce the Facebook logo so that they could safely pass the tunnel. So this is the end of the story, and trust me, you don't have to take any efforts, you don't have to revise, but you'll be able to recollect all the words. Now quickly let us go back to the story and see and check whether we are able to recollect the stories. The first, book, bottle, car. Yeah, car started without driver, about to cross the bridge, so river. Teacher jumps inside the river, finds a tiger. Next word is tiger. They become friends, they want to save each other. Not helicopter but fan. Very good. They go in the air along with the helicopter. The helicopter falls on train. The next word is train. Train is going to pass the tunnel, but Facebook, and the next word, they pierce it with a pencil. So it's so easy. The problem is the key to memory is imagination. Okay, and imagination has no limits. Unfortunately, our schooling system do not encourage imagination. They just force the kids to memorize, but they don't teach the technique to memorize. And the technique is madness. It's about illogical, weird things. The more vulgar you make, the better you remember. The more naughty you make, the more non-routine you make, the better you remember the story and hence the words. So I would say, if you want to remember the answers in your examination, convert the paragraphs or the pointers into one keyword and then associate all the keywords through a story, which is not possible in normal life. So this is the trick or the secret of having a photographic memory. I promise you, if you try to recollect these words, even after 1 month, even after 1 week, I promise you, you will recollect them easily because you have now visualized the picture. Yeah, one disclaimer, the story was created by me right now with my own imagination. So there is a quite possibility that you may forget the story because it was created by me. All the more reason to remember the story if it is created by you, because every person has its own imagination, right? But nevertheless, I am very confident the story was very simple and weird, so I am sure you will be able to recollect it. Thank you so much for learning this technique of photographic memory. I repeat, the name of the book is Use Your Head by Tony Buzan, and he has won many international competitions on memory. So thank you so much, and see you on Wednesday with a new book summary. As usual, I will not reveal the name of the book, but it's a fiction book this Wednesday with collection of short stories. From these stories we can learn management lessons. So very interesting and very close to my heart. See you on Wednesday, and let's make India read. Bye bye.